PCI certified coach. She has a private practice where she works with one-on-one with clients struggling with parenting. Maria is also one of the founding members of Bloomfield Families for Sensible Safety. And I know one of the co-founders is in the room as well.
Hello.
Raise your hand.
Hello.
BFFSS, say that 3 times
Yeah.
fast on Saturday morning, is a group comprised of individuals living in Bloomfield who oppose the decision to place men Class 3 officers in Bloomfield preschool and elementary schools, and who support exploring sensible alternatives to ensure the safety of our children. So please help me welcome Maria.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Yes. If not, let me know. I am honored and excited to be here. As mentioned, my name is Maria Sanders. I'm the parent of 2 children. I'm a former teacher and child study team social worker, and currently I have a private practice as a parent coach. Today, more importantly, I am here as a co-founder of the group Bloomfield Families for Sensible Safety. Bloomfield Families for Sensible Safety is comprised of individuals living in Bloomfield who oppose the decision to place armed Class 3 officers in Bloomfield preschool and elementary schools, and who support exploring sensible alternatives to ensure the safety of our children. After reading a community Facebook post last spring that said, "The Board of Ed approved an armed guard for each elementary school tonight. Total for that, $550,000. I was shocked and afraid of what this meant for the young children in our diverse community. I instantly called into question the judgment of the Board of Education that elected officials I trusted to provide a safe learning environment for my children. I and several other parents attended the next board meeting, and immediately thereafter banded together to form this group. We spread the word to other parents who were also unaware of this decision. Bloomfield Families for Sensible Safety is Maybe if you want to Sorry. Excuse me. There we go. Bloomfield Families for Sensible Safety is dedicated to reverse the decision to hire armed guards in our preschool and our K-6 elementary schools. We have been successful in delaying the process and opening up the dialogue in the community. BFFSS, you got it.
It's my fault.
Produce fully referenced and expert-endorsed data sheets supporting our position. We've had experts in criminology, social work, social psychology, early childhood education, and law speak on our behalf. The BOE has offered no sound research in return to support their argument for armed officers. Weapons should not be in schools. Kathy Cohen from the NASP says that there are some communities with enough violence to warrant armed personnel at the elementary school level, but it's generally not the case. If you have a school where an officer actually needs a gun, you have a serious problem. To that point, the national trend to harden our schools came about out of fear that a mass shooting is imminent everywhere, but that is actually the least likely threat that an armed guard would encounter in any school, much less in Bloomfield. Last February, our district was advised by Dr. Tom Gambino from the NJEA Office of School Preparedness and Emergency Planning. He presented proven methods to improve safety, none of which included introducing an officer and/or a weapon into our elementary and preschools. And here's the list of his recommendations. Teams of police trained to respond in an emergency or what stops mass incidents. Pre-positioned armed guards do not. Bloomfield tactical teams are ready to respond within 1 minute of being alerted. The NJ SAFE report on school safety was presented to Governor Christie. It said that if schools were to implement armed guards, the decision should be thoroughly vetted by all stakeholders. from parents, teachers and staff, students, local police officials, and the county prosecutor. So, based on this recommendation, our group felt it was our duty to research safety in schools since our board did not thoroughly vet the decision. We formed our action groups, developed strategies in order to influence school board decisions, and we firmly trusted that the BOE would benefit from our research, experiences, and perspective. We hustled. We created a Facebook page. We spoke with parents before and after school. We wrote countless emails and made countless phone calls to the BOE, school leadership, and elected officials. We attended BOE meetings and other district meetings. At the board meeting, during public comment, we organized ourselves so that each person addressed a different aspect of the issue. We were eager to have more stakeholders involved, so we advertised the BOE meeting through canvassing, flyers, and community events. We created a physical and online petition opposing the hiring of the armed guards. Our most recent efforts have been in supporting BOE candidates who believe in sensible safety and transparency. We work tirelessly. Although our parent-led group is growing, bonding, and attracting plenty of attention, it wasn't always easy for some parents to get involved. One parent shared this with me. I remember being so afraid to go to the first BOE meeting, and my voice was shaking as I read my first speech. But I felt like it was something I had to do for my kids. And then, by the last meeting, I just stood up like it was nothing. There are so many people involved in our group, and so many roles for people to take on, which support their personal strengths. We have been confronted with negative statements at times, and have had some try to dissuade us by instilling fear. We always go back to our research, our data, and proven effective safety measures. We have also been approached by other parents in other townships who are looking for support in forming similar action groups. Having an armed guard in our preschool and elementary schools is losing sight of where we really need to focus our efforts. Dewey Cornell, who's mentioned, from the Virginia Youth Violence Project says, we have more than 300 shootings every day in the U.S. where someone is killed or wounded. Far less than 1% of shootings occur in schools. We have a gun violence problem, not a school violence problem. Active school shootings are planned. The SandyHookPromise.org says in 4 out of 5 school shootings, at least one other person had knowledge of the attacker's plan, but failed to report it. We need to create an environment of connection and communication to help support both the students with behavioral and emotional needs who make these threats, as well as the people, as supporting the people to feel safe in telling authorities. These students have an emotional need that is not being met. They have a need that is being expressed through their behavior. These children are asking themselves, am I loved? Am I secure? Am I connected? Am I seen? When children's needs are not met, they are not taught how to ask for help in a healthy and appropriate way, and that's when we see these behaviors. This is what we need to address. This is how we affect change. We're happy to share that our district has adopted the Sandy Hook Promise. Start with Hello was a district-wide movement to create a culture of inclusion. This was a week-long project that included positive messages, written in chalk, organized theme days, classroom activities, and more. One of our elementary schools has also implemented a school-wide mindfulness program. This program is designed to help students be able to better express their needs, learn to self-regulate, and bring an awareness to their thoughts and actions. We have cultivated a community in which parents feel welcome to share their ideas, thoughts and concerns about school safety, and even other key issues, including awareness of racial bias and special needs inclusivity in our diverse community. We are hopeful we can work together to improve safety for our children, our students, teachers, and staff without introducing firearms on a daily basis. With so many things, it is so important not to stay stuck in a place of fear, but instead research, connect with other parents, and shift from that place of fear to a place of confidence. This quote here, if you can't read it, I want to read it for you. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has, by Margaret Mead. So thank you so much to the NJEA, Healthy Schools Now, and the WEC for recognizing and inviting Bloomfield families for Sensible Safety to today's conference. Thank you.